side, sophomore number 15, Kyle Losner. At middle hitter, first year number 21, Danny Quay. The Scarlet Raiders are coached by Pedro Trevino and assisted by Jens Madsen, Ryan Ackerman, Doug Zimla, and Ray Kowalski. And now the starting lineup for your Misericordia University Cougars, brought to you by Wendy's. At outside hitter, first year number 3, Jason Campbell. At setter, first year number 4, Dylan Saletti. At libero, first year number 6, Connor Westerfield. At outside hitter, sophomore number 7, Ryan Miller. At middle blocker, sophomore number 13, Matt Lavin. At right side, first year number 15, Billy Murphy. And at right side, junior number 32, Brian Ross. The Cougars are coached by Rob Winger and assisted by Lauren Abbott and Joe Borland.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's matchup of Rutgers Newark against Misericordia Cougars. You're watching it here tonight at MCN 87 on YouTube, brought to you by Misericordia. My name is Lauren Apetz. I'll be with you tonight. I'm actually assistant coach for the women's side, commentating on the men's side. And Rutgers Newark will be on the left side of your screen in the white jerseys. And on the court, we have number 15, Kyle Losner, number 1, Arvind Kumar, number 13, Jake Connors, number 5, Arnern Romua. Number 21, Danny Quay. On the court for the Cougars on the right side, number 3, Jason Campbell. Number 13, Matt Lavin. Number 4, Dylan Saletti. Number 7, Ryan Miller. Libero, number 6, Connor Westerfield. And number 32, Brian Ross. Romua will start off the match. He'll have first serve. Misericordia already having played one match tonight, defeating Wilkes, advancing to 12-10 overall, 3-3 in conference. This being a non-conference match between Rutgers Newark and Misericordia. Romua will have a float serve up by Westerfield, over on 1, up by Ross, dumped over by Sleddy. And attack error by number 1, Arvind Kumar. Point Misericordia as number 21, Matt Churchill, checks in to serve for Matt Lavin. Churchill will have a float serve. Up by Dorcom. Swing by Losner, going out to Miller, and Miller's attack is wide. Point for Rutgers Newark. Rutgers Newark coached by Cody Chidsey. Misericordia coached by Rob Wingert. Kumar back to serve. He'll have a top spin up by Campbell. Sleddy to Murphy. Murphy's block covered by Miller. Going to Ross on the back row. Dug by Connors. Westfield with the dig going out to Miller. And Miller is blocked by the duo of number 15, Kyle Losner, and number 21, Danny Quay. Kumar continuing to serve with a top spin. Up by Westerfield. Going out to Miller, roll shot. Dug by Romua. Free ball, Remua up by Westerfield. Going out to Miller. And Miller gets the kill off the hands of number 15, Kyle Losner. Point Misericordia, tied up at 2. Sets played to 25, win by 2, best of 5 sets. As Dylan Sleddy's back to serve. Float serve. And a miss hit by number 21, Danny Quay. Sets a little too high, point for Misericordia. As Dylan Sleddy continues to serve. Float serve by Remua. Going back to Losner, dug by Campbell, going out to Miller. And Miller finds the deep corner, point for Misericordia. Dylan Sleddy continuing to serve. Up by Connors. Quay dug by Campbell. Going to Campbell back row. And that attack is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 21, Danny Quay back to serve. He'll have a float up by Westerfield. Sleddy out to Ross, and Ross is blocked by number 15, Kyle Losner. Point Rutgers. Quay back to serve. Up by Westerfield. Back to Miller. He's blocked, covered by Campbell. Sleddy running it down, giving it to Ross on the outside. Roll shot. Dug by Quay. Arce Cox on the attack. And Murphy dumps it just on the line. Point for Misericordia. Miller back with the serve. He'll have a top spin. Up by Kumar. And that'll be a kill for number 6, Elon Dorkham. Point Rutgers Newark. Travis Immonacher back to serve. Up by Westerfield, going back to Ross. Ross is dug by Frank. Going back to Frank, he's dug by Westerfield. Sleddy out to Campbell, tipped deep, up by Kumar. Going back to Dorkham. And that attack is wide, point for Misericordia. Murphy back to serve for the Cougars. Float serve. Up by Connors. Going back to Dorkham. He's blocked. Scramble play kept alive. Sleddy going out to Campbell. High off the hands. And no one's there to dig it. Point for Misericordia. Great hustle by number 13, Jake Connors, to keep that ball in play. Murphy continuing to serve. Misericordia up 7-5. Of a float serve. Up by Connors. Roll shot from Frank. Going back to Ross. Dug by Connors. To Arce Cox, and he gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. Dorkman back to serve. Up by Westerfield. Out to Campbell. And Campbell is blocked by the duo of number 9, Brandon Frank, and number 12, Nicholas Arce Cox. Dorkman continuing to serve. That serve is out of bounds, point for Misericordia. Misericordia up 8-7. Number 32, Brian Ross, back to serve. Up by Connors. And number 6-12, Nicholas Arce-Cox, heads back to serve. Float serve, up by Westerfield. Slitty to Miller, back row. Miller's triple blocked, he's covered. Lavin taking it over on 2. Ball going out to Kumar, who free balls it. Slitty's getting it out to Campbell. Campbell is blocked, but there will be a net violation called on number 9 of Brendan Frank, so point goes Misericordia's way. As number 3, Jason Campbell, heads back to serve. Float serve from Campbell. Up by Kumar. And number 21, Danny Quay, cuts it to the tee, point for Rutgers Newark. As number 15, Kyle Losner, checks in along with number 5, R. Newark, tied back up at 10. Number 1, Kumar, back to serve, topspin. He misses his serve. Cougars back up 11-10. Number 4, Dylan Slitty, back to serve. Free ball. And number 15, Kyle Losner, free balls it into the net. Point for Misericordia. A little miscommunication on the Rutgers side of the net, as Slitty continues to serve. Up by Kumar. Losner running it down. And number 6, Elon Dorkman, forces the kill off the hands of number 32, Brian Ross. Point Rutgers Newark, as number 21, Danny Quay, is back to serve. Float serve, up by Campbell. Slitty getting it out to Ross. And Ross gets the kill off the outside. Point for Misericordia. Number 7, Ryan Miller, back to serve for Misericordia. Topspin from Miller. Ball is over, but up ref is going to call Ryan Ross for reaching over the plane of the net to grab that ball, which you cannot do. Point for Rutgers Newark. As number 10, Travis Emenacher, is back to serve. He'll have a topspin. And that's into the net. Point for Misericordia. Number 15, Billy Murphy, back to serve. Up by Kumar. Going to Arce-Cox, and he gets the kill out of the middle. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 6, Elon Dorkman, back to serve. Up by Miller. Going to Lavin, and that ball is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. Tied back up at 14 as Dorkman continues to serve. Up by Campbell. Going out to Campbell, and Campbell gets the kill off the block. Point for Misericordia, as number 32, Brian Ross, heads back to serve. Ross with the float serve. Up by Dorkman. Free ball coming from Connors. Up by Miller. Going out to Campbell. And Campbell's attack is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 12, Arcecox back to serve. Out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Number 3, Jason Campbell back to serve for the Cougars. Top spin up by Connors. Going out to Kumar. Attack air Kumar, point Misericordia. Misericordia takes a 2-point lead, 17-15. Of number 10, Travis Emenacher, point Rutgers Newark. Arnon Romua back to serve for Rutgers Newark. Up by Westerfield, ball going out to Miller, who tips it. Dug by Romua. Going out to Losner. He's blocked by the duo of Matt Lavin and Ryan Miller. Point Misericordia. Number 21, Matt Churchill checking in to serve. He'll have a float serve. Ball's up by Quay. And number 15, Kyle Losner, is blocked on that attack by the duo of Salidi and Billy Murphy. And Rutgers Newark will take their first timeout. And that ball is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 1, Arvind Kumar back to serve. He'll have a top spin. Up by Campbell. Slitty tries to dump it. And he is blocked by number 6, Elon Dorkman. Point Rutgers Newark as Kumar continues to serve. Misericordia up by 2, 20-18. Top spin. Up by Miller. Going to Murphy. Murphy's dug. Scramble play. Free ball from Kumar. Up by Westerfield. Slitty to Murphy. And Murphy finds the floor this time. Point for Misericordia. Number 4, Dylan Salidi back to serve. Float serve. Up by Dorkham. Now to Dorkman. He gets the kill off the arms of Ryan Ross and Billy Murphy. Point Rutgers Newark as number 21, Danny Quay, heads back to serve. Float serve by Quay, up by Westerfield. Going out to Ross, and Ross is blocked by the duo of Kyle Losner and Nicholas Arcecox. And Danny Quay continues to serve, and we'll have a substitution on the Misericordia side. Number 23, Caleb Bowder, checking in for 32, Brian Ross. Float serve for Quay, up by Westerfield. Going to Murphy, and Murphy finds the floor. Point for Misericordia. Brian Ross checking back into the game for the Cougars for Caleb Bowder as number 7, Ryan Miller, heads back to serve. Misericordia with a 2-point lead, 22-20. Miller will have a top spin. That's out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. As they pull within 1, and number 10, Travis Emenacher checking in along with number 9, Brendan Frank. Topspin from Anacher. Up by Westerfield. Out to Campbell. Campbell is blocked, covered by Westerfield. Murphy getting it out to Ross. Dug by Kumar. Going to our Saycox, off the hands, dug by Westerfield. And Westerfield sends it over on one. Number 6, Elin Dorkman takes advantage. Point Rutgers Newark, and we're tied up at 22 here in set number 1. Again, must win by 2, games to 25. Topspin. Up by Miller. Sliddy back to Ross. Ross is dug while going out to Dorkman. And that ball is out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. 23-22 as number 15, Billy Murphy, heads back to serve. Murphy will have a float serve. By Dorkman, kept alive. Dug by Miller. Out to Campbell. And Campbell's attack is in. Point for Misericordia. And it's set point number 1, 24-22, as Murphy continues to serve. By Dorkman. Ball is covered. Number 9, Brendan Frank taking another swing. As a block by Matt Lavin. Point Misericordia. Misericordia takes set number 1. 25, Rutgers Newark, 22. Welcome back to set number 2 of this match. Misericordia leading Rutgers Newark 1-0. Rutgers Newark will be on the right side of your screen. On the floor for Rutgers Newark, number 5, Arnon Ramua. Number 1, Arvind Kumar. Number 21, Danny Quay. Number 13, Jake Connors. Number 15, Kyle Losner. And number 9, Brendan Frank On the court for Misericordia, who will be on the left side of your screen in the blue jerseys, number 21, Matt Churchill, number 3, Jason Campbell, number 32, Brian Ross, number 15, Billy Murphy, number 7, Ryan Miller, and number 4, Dylan Salidi. Cougars will have first serve as Matt Churchill will head behind the line. Float from Churchill, up by Frank. Going to Quay, and Quay finds the floor. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 1, Arvind Kumar back to serve for Rutgers Newark. He'll have a topspin. Ball's out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Number 4, Dylan Salidi heading back to serve for the Cougars. Floater. Up by Connors. Going to Quay. Quay's blocked, covered by Frank. Going back to Losner. He's blocked. Connors giving it back to Losner. He blocked again, covered again. And that'll be a net violation on number 21, Danny Quay. Point for Misericordia. Number 4, Dylan Salidi continuing to serve. By Kumar. Going out to Frank. Frank's blocked, but the ball drops out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. As 21, Danny Quay heads back to serve, and number 12, Nicholas Arcecox heads back front row. Floater up by Westerfield. Going back to Miller, and Miller's attack hits the antenna out of bounds. Point for the Raiders as Rutgers takes the lead 3 to Misericordia's 2. Float serve up by Westerfield. Frank taking a swing at it, dug by Westerfield. Salidi going back to Ross. And Ross gets the kill as the ball trickles in front of the block of Losner and Arcecox. Point Misericordia. Kill Brian Ross. Number 7, Ryan Miller back to serve. Hill of a topspin, tied up at 3. Up by Kumar. Going out to Frank, who tips it. And Salidi's already on the floor, unable to run down that second ball. Point for Rutgers as number 10, Travis Enemacher, checks in the serve, along with number 9, Brendan Frank. Up by Westerfield. Going to Murphy, tips it. Scramble play. Kumar swings back row. Dug by Westerfield. Going to Murphy. Dug by Dorkman. Dorkman swings and gets the kill on the outside. Point for Rutgers Newark. Rutgers Newark getting a yellow card for delay of game on a matter of where their players are standing on the bench. And Emenacher back to serve. Up by Westerfield. Out to Campbell. Dug by Kumar. Going out to Dorkman, and he gets the kill on the outside. Point for Rutgers Newark. serve is out of bounds from Emma Knocker. Point Misericordia. Number 15, Billy Murphy, back to serve for Misericordia. Murphy with a float serve. Ball's up, going out to Frank, and he is blocked by number 32, Brian Ross. Point Misericordia as Murphy continues to serve. By Emaneker. Arce-Cox with a tip up by Miller to Lavin. And Arce-Cox brings up the net as he goes up to block. Point for Misericordia. Tied up at 6 here in set number 2. As Murphy continues to serve. Close serve from Murphy. Up by Connors. Going out to Frank. And Frank gets the kill off the hands of Brian Ross. Point for the Raiders. Dorkman back to serve. Towson up by Miller. Going back to Ross. And Ross's attack is called inbounds by the up ref. Point for Misericordia. Ball going back to Frank, and Frank gets the kill off the block of Jason Campbell. Point Rutgers Newark. Arce-Cox back serving. Up by Miller. Going to Lavin. Lavin gets the kill. Point for Misericordia. Number 3, Jason Campbell back to serve. Tied at 8. Up by Dorkman. Out to Kumar, dug by Ross, going to Campbell back row. Dorkman with the dig, going back out to Kumar again, and that ball's out of bounds, but number 4, Dylan Slitty, is in the net. Kill for Kumar, point Rutgers Newark. Number 5, Arnon Ramua, checking in along with number 15, Kyle Losner. Float serve up by Miller. Slitty out to Miller. Blocked, covered by Campbell. Scramble play made. Ross on the swing back row. Dug by Connors. Going to Quay. And Quay's attack finds the floor. Point for the Raiders. Ramua continuing to serve. Up by Miller. Slitty out to Miller. He tips it. Ball going out to Kumar. And Kumar gets the kill on the roll shot. Point for Rutgers Newark. Ramua continuing to serve. Up by Miller. Back out to Miller. High off the hands. Point Misericordia. As number 21, Matt Churchill, checks in the serve for Matt Lavin. Up by Dorkman. Losner takes a swing and it's out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Churchill continuing to serve. Float serve. Up by Dorkman. Quay on the swing, dug by Campbell. Going out to Miller. It's off the hands. Point Misericordia. Tied up at 11-11. Matt Churchill continuing to serve, and he'll have a service error, point for the Raiders, as number 1 Arvind Kumar heads back to serve. Kumar with a top spin, up by Campbell. Going out to Miller, who tips it. He's blocked. Over on 2. Slitty is blocked. Scramble play, Ross on the down ball, dug by Connors. Going out to Dorkman, he's dug. Going to Campbell back row. He's blocked, covered himself, scramble play, free ball from Murphy. Connors. And number 15, Kyle Losner gets the kill on the right side. After that long rally, point for Rutgers Newark. Kumar continuing to serve. Service error, point for Misericordia, as number 4 Dylan Solidity comes in to serve. Float serve. Up by Dorkman. Quay with the swing, over on 1. Quay swings again, dug by Ross, going out to Miller. High off the hands, dug by Kumar. Ball going out to Dorkman. He gets the kill down the line, point for Rutgers Newark. Danny Quay back serving for the Raiders. Float serve up by Westerfield. Going to Campbell, and Campbell gets the kill off the hands of Nicholas Arcecox. As number 7, Ryan Miller heads back to serve. Rutgers Newark 14, Misericordia 13. Miller will have a top spin. Up by Dorkman. And that'll be a kill for number 15, Kyle Losner. As number 10, Travis Emenaker, and number 9, Brendan Frank check in on the Rutgers Newark side. Rutgers with a 2-point lead, 15-13. Up by Miller. Slitty back to Ross. Ross dug by Connors. Murphy swings on it. Gets the kill. Point for Misericordia. Murphy with a float serve. Up by Connors. Going out to Frank. Frank gets the kill off the outside hand of Brian Ross. Point Rutgers Newark. Dorkman continues to serve. And that's out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Number 32, Brian Ross back to serve. Float serve. Going to Arcecox, and he gets the kill. Point for Rutgers Newark. Arcecox back serving. Up by Miller. To Lavin. And Lavin will push it to the floor. Point for Misericordia. Number 3, Jason Campbell back to serve. Ball is out of bounds. Point for the Raiders. As Kyle Losner and Arnin Romua check back in on the Rutgers side. Romua with the float, up by Miller. Slitty unable to run it down. Point for Rutgers Newark. Ramua continuing to serve. Up by Westerfield. Out to Miller. Ball's being run down, free ball. Up by Ross. Out to Miller again. Rutgers unable to do anything with it. Point for Misericordia. Number 8, Jordan Speidel, checking in the serve for Matt Lavin. Back by Dorkman. Out to Kumar. Played by Connors. Going out to Losner. And that attack is wide. Point Misericordia. Rutgers 19, Misericordia 18. Speidel continuing to serve. Back by Dorkman. Out to Losner. And Losner gets the kill down the line. Point for Rutgers Newark. Kumar back serving. Up by Westerfield. Out to Miller. And that ball finds deep corner. Point for Misericordia. Number 4, Dylan Slitty back to serve. Ball going back to Losner. And Losner gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. Number 21, Danny Quay back to serve as number 12, Nicholas Arsecox checks back in. Floats it for Quay, up by Westerfield. Slitty back to Miller. Out of bounds. No touch made. Point for Rutgers Newark. Misericordia will take their first timeout. Rutgers leads 22, Misericordia's 19. Quay continuing to serve. Up by Westerfield. Slitty to Murphy. Ross able to pass it over. Going back to Losner. And Losner gets the kill on the right side. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 23, Caleb Bowder, checking in for number 32, Brian Ross. Up by Campbell. Going out to Bowder. Bowder's dug. Murphy takes the swing and gets the kill on the overpass. Point Misericordia as Brian Ross subs back in. Ryan Miller back to serve. Up by Kumar. Going back to Losner. Attack air Losner, point Misericordia. Again, sets played to 25, must win by 2 as Ryan Miller continues to serve. Rutgers 23, Misericordia 21. Top spin up by Kumar. Going out to Dorkman. Scramble play. Dorkman swings again. Campbell trying to run it down into the stands, unable to get there. Point Rutgers Newark. And it's set point number 1 for Rutgers Newark, 24-21. Emanacre back to serve. Up by Miller. Slitty out to Campbell. Campbell's dug by Connors. Going out to Dorkman. Scramble play. Campbell roll shots. Dorkman with the dig. Going back to Frank. Campbell swings. Westerfield with the cover. Slitty to Murphy, who tips. And Murphy finds the floor. Point for Misericordia. That'll be set point number 2 for Rutgers, 24-22. Murphy will have a float serve. Ball going to our Saycox, dug by Salidi. Miller out to Campbell. Campbell blocked. Miller trying to run it down. Unable to get the ball over. Point for Rutgers Newark. And Rutgers Newark takes set number 2, 25 to Misericordia's 22. We're tied at 1 game apiece. And we're back here in set number 3. Misericordia will be on the right side of your screen. Rutgers Newark on your left. On the court for Rutgers Newark, number 6, Elon Dorkman. Number 12, Nicholas Arcecox. Number 5, Arnon Romua. Number 15, Kyle Losner. Number 21, Danny Quay. Number 1, Arvind Kumar. Libero, number 13, Jake Connors. On the right side of your screen for Misericordia, number 3, Jason Campbell, number 13, Matt Lavin, number 4, Dylan Slitty, number 7, Ryan Miller, and Libero, number 6, Connor Westerfield. Other middle being number 15, Billy Murphy. Ramua gets us going here in set number 3, up by Westerfield. Free ball from Miller, up by Connors. Ball goes number 21, Danny Quay, and Quay gets the kill. Point for Rutgers Newark. Ramua continuing to serve. Up by Westerfield. Back to Lavin, and Lavin finds the deep corner. Point Misericordia. Lavin back serving. Up Connors. Going out to Losner. An overpass kill by number 1 Arvind Kumar. Point Rutgers Newark. Thompson from Kumar. Up by Campbell. Going to Miller. And touch called. Point for Misericordia. Slitty continuing to serve. Tied at 2-2. Up by Connors. Going back to Dorkman. And double contact called on his set. Point for Misericordia. Slitty continuing to serve. 3-2. Misericordia up by 1. Out of bounds. Point Rutgers Newark, tied at 3. As number 21, Danny Quay, is back to serve. Service error, point Misericordia. As number 7, Ryan Miller, heads back to serve. Up by Kumar. Going back to Dorkman. Block by Ross and Murphy. Point Misericordia as number 7, Ryan Miller, continues to serve. Misericordia extends their lead by 2. Thompson from Miller. Up by Connors. Going back to Losner. Kill by Losner, point Rutgers Newark. The duo of Travis Emmeniker and Brandon Frank check in for Rutgers Newark. On top spin, up by Westerfield. Slitty to Miller, back row. Rutgers trying to run it down, ceiling not working in their favor. Point Misericordia, kill for Ryan Miller. Billy Murphy back to serve. Ball's up, going out to Frank on the outside. Attack error, point Misericordia. Float from Murphy, up by Connors. Gorsay Cox, dug by Slitty. Murphy out to Campbell, tight. Ball going Rutgers' way. As Dorkman heads back to serve. Topspin, up by Miller. Going back to Ross. And Ross's swing is out of bounds. Point, Rutgers Newark. Dorkman continuing to serve. Up by Miller. Going out to Campbell. Campbell finds line. Point, Misericordia. As Brian Ross heads back to serve. Float from Ross by Dorkman. Going out to Kumar. Dug by Miller. Going to Ross back row. Dug over and won by Dorkman. Going out to Campbell. Blocked, covered by Slitty. Going to Ross back row again. Dug by Dorkman. Going back to Dorkman back row. Dug by Westerfield. Hits the ceiling. Slitty able to get there. Ross takes an illegal back row attack as you can't step on or in front of the 10-foot line when swinging from the back row. Point for Rutgers Newark. Arce Cox back to serve. Up by Miller. Going to Campbell, who tips it. Dug by Frank. Going back to Frank. Attack error, Frank. Point, Misericordia. Number 3, Jason Campbell back serving. Up by Dorkin. Back row attack called on the setter as the ball broke the plane of the net. Campbell continuing to serve by Dorkman. Ball out of bounds by Danny Quay. Point Cougars. Up by Dorkman. Going to Kumar on the outside, dug by Campbell. Slitty out to Miller, and Miller's attack is out of bounds. Point Rutgers Newark. And number 15, Kyle Losner, and number 5, Arnin Romua check in on the Rutgers side. Float serve by Romua, up by Westerfield. Going to Lavin, and Lavin's ball drops inside the line. Point Misericordia, as number 13, Matt Lavin, heads back to serve. Lavin with a service error. Point Rutgers Newark. Arvind Kumar back to serve for the Raiders. He'll have a service error. Point Misericordia. Number 4, Dylan Salitti back to serve. Topspin. Up by Connors. Going back to Losner. And Losner is blocked by number 15, Billy Murphy. Point Misericordia. Misericordia up 14 to Rutgers Newark 9. Topspin by Dorkman. Back out to Dorkman, covered by Connors. He'll swing again. Attack error. Point Misericordia. Slitty continuing to serve. Ball just out of bounds. Point Rutgers Newark. Danny Quay back serving for the Raiders. Up by Campbell. Killed by number 7, Ryan Miller. Point Misericordia. Miller will have a top spin. Up by Connors to Arcee Cox, and Arcee Cox gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. It's Ebenacre and Frank check back in. Up by Campbell. Going back to Ross. Dug by Frank. And number 6, Elin Dorkman gets the kill off the hand of number 32, Brian Ross. Topson up by Westerfield, out to Campbell. Dug by Connors, kept alive by Arcee Cox. Kumar swings deep, dug by Miller to Murphy, and Murphy is blocked but covers himself. Kumar with a dig to Arcee Cox, dug by Miller, out to Campbell. Blocked by Arcee Cox and Frank. Point Rutgers Newark. Ebenacre continuing to serve. Topspin up by Miller. Back to Ross. Ross is blocked, covered by Westerfield. Miller swings. Connors giving it to Frank. Roll shot. He's blocked. Saves himself. Over on 1. Out to Campbell. And that ball is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. And Misericordia will take their first timeout as Rutgers climbs back within 2. Misericordia 16, Rutgers Newark 14. Back in set number 3, Misericordia leading by 2. But Rutgers having the serve after that timeout, up by Campbell. Slitty back to Murphy. Kumar running it down. And 4 contacts called. Number 15, Billy Murphy back to serve for the Cougars. Up by Connors. Out to Frank. And Frank finds the corner. Point Rutgers Newark. Topspin from Dorkman. Up by Miller. Going out to Campbell. Blocked by Frank and Arcee Cox. Point Raiders. And that'll be an ace for number 6, Elon Dorkman. All tied up at 17-17. Up by Westerfield. Going to Lavin. Lavin gets the kill. Point Misericordia. Ross with the serve. Ball going out to Kumar. And Kumar gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. Tied up at 18 as our Saycox heads back to serve. Up by Westerfield. Back to Miller. Miller finds the deep corner. Point Misericordia. Float for Campbell. Ball going out to Kumar. And Kumar gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. As Losner and Ramua check back in on the Rutgers side. Tied at 19, Ramua with the float serve. Service error, point Misericordia. Number 8, Jordan Spidel checking into serve for number 13, Matt Lavin. Up by Dorkman. Going back to Kumar. And Kumar gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. Kumar will head back to serve, tied up at 20. Top spin. Up by Campbell. Out to Miller. Miller's blocked, but it drops out of bounds. Point Misericordia. 21-20. Slitty with the top spin. Up by Connors. Going out to Dorkman. And he gets the kill on the roll shot. Point Rutgers Newark. Tied back up at 21. As Quay is back to serve. Quay with the service error. Point Misericordia. 22-21 as Ryan Miller is back to serve. Miller with a top spin. Up by Kumar. To Dorkman. Dug by Slitty. Free ball from Westerfield. Up by Connors. Going to our Saycox. Dug by Westerfield. Out to Campbell. Connors digs it. Scramble play. Free ball from our Saycox. Westerfield. Slitty Murphy. And Murphy gets the kill. Point Misericordia. (23-21). Miller continuing to serve. By Kumar. Back to Losner, and Losner will get the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. Emanacre and Frank back in the game. Up by Westerfield. Going to Murphy. Murphy's blocked deep. And we're tied at 23. Again, sets played to 25, must win by 2. Games are tied, 1 set apiece. Topspin, out of bounds, and it'll be set point number 1 for Misericordia. Float serve from Matt Churchill. Up by Connors, going out to Frank, and Frank gets the kill. Tied up at 24s. Dorkman with the top spin, up by Miller. Going back to Lavin, and Lavin will throw it down for the kill. Set point number 2 for Misericordia. Brian Ross back to serve. By Dorkman. Going out to Kumar. Kumar dug by Ross. Slitty running it down. Ross able to keep it alive. Up by Frank. Going back out to Kumar, who tips it and has an attack error. Point Misericordia as Misericordia takes set number 3, 26-24, and leads the match in games 2 sets to 1. Back in set number 4, do or die set for Rutgers Newark. On the floor for Rutgers Newark, number 5, Arnin Ramua. Number 1, Arvind Kumar. Number 21, Danny Quay. Number 15, Kyle Losner. Number 12, Nicholas Arce Cox. And number 6, Elon Dorkman. On the floor for the Cougars, who are on the left of your screen, number 32, Brian Ross. Number 3, Jason Campbell. Number 21, Matt Churchill. Number 4, Dylan Slitty. Number 7, Ryan Miller. Number 15, Billy Murphy. This is a must-win set for Rutgers Newark as Misericordia leads 2 sets to 1. Float serve by Churchill, by Dorkman. And Danny Quay swings that one out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Float by Churchill, up by Dorkman. Going back to Kumar. And Kumar gets the kill down line. Point for Rutgers Newark. Kumar back serving, top spin, up by Westerfield. Going to Campbell back row, dug by Connors. Kill for Campbell out of the back row. Point Misericordia. Float for Solidity, up by Kumar. And that ball is out of bounds by number 21, Danny Quay. Solidity with the float. Floats it short and into the net. Point for Rutgers Newark. Quay back serving. Up by Campbell. Going back to Miller. Net violation called on number 12, Nicholas Arce-Cox. Point Misericordia. Ryan Miller with the top spin. McDorkman going back out to Dorkman. And he gets the kill on the sharp angle. Point Rutgers Newark. Eamanaker and Frank check into the game. Top spin up by Miller. Going to Murphy, dug by Connors. Free ball. Up by Miller. And that is a net violation called on number 4, Dylan Slitty. Point Rutgers Newark. Top spin up by Miller. Going out to Campbell, and that ball is out of bounds. Kill for Jason Campbell. Point Misericordia. As Misericordia takes back the lead 5-4. Float serve from Murphy. Trickles over. Scramble play. Swing by Frank. Covered by Kumar. Going to Arce-Cox, dug by Murphy. Going out to Campbell. And that ball hits the antenna. Point, Rutgers Newark. Topspin from Dorkman. Up by Westerfield to Dug by Dorkman. Going out to Kumar. And that ball is just out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Number 32, Brian Ross, heads back to serve. Misericordia 6, Rutgers 5. Float serve by Ross, up by Dorkman. To Arce-Cox, dug by Miller. Going back to Ross. That ball's out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. Number 12, Arce-Cox, heading back to serve. Float serve. Up by Westerfield. Going back to Miller. And Miller gets the kill out of the back row. Campbell back serving. McDorkman going back to Frank. Covers himself. Going out to Kumar. Dug by Westerfield. Going back to Ross. And Ross is blocked. Point for Rutgers Newark. Losner and Ramua checking back into the game. Float serve. Service error, point for Misericordia. Misericordia 8, Rutgers 7. Up by Dorkman, going out to Losner, and that attack is long. Point Misericordia as Churchill serves. And that float is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers Newark. And a red card called on the Rutgers bench. Ball served out of bounds by Dylan Slitty. Number 1, Arvind Kumar. Hands off the ball to number 21, Danny Quay, to head back to serve. The red card given to Rutgers gave Misericordia a point. As Quay is back to serve. Up by Westerfield. Back to Miller. High off the hands, killed by number 7, Ryan Miller. Misericordia up 11-9. Miller will have a topspin. By Kumar. Out to Dorkman. Free ball from Miller. Up by Kumar. Dug by Ryan Miller. Going out to Campbell. Covered by Westerfield. Going to Murphy. Dug by Ramua. Kumar will swing back row. Going to Ross on the right side. Dug by Ramua. Going out to Losner. Kill for Losner on the right side off the hands of number 3, Jason Campbell. Emanacre back to serve. Up by Miller. Going to Ross. And the free ball is out of bounds by Elon Dorkman. Point Misericordia. Billy Murphy back to serve for Misericordia. He'll have a float serve. And that'll be an ace for number 15, Billy Murphy. Point Misericordia. Murphy continues to serve. Up by Connors. Bring back to Dorkman. Net violation, number 13, Matt Lavin. Point Rutgers, Newark. Dorkman back serving. Up by Westerfield. Back row attack called on number 4, Dylan Slitty, as his set went over the net as he jumped. Point Rutgers, Newark, as they pull within one, 13-12. Thompson for Dorkman, up by Miller. Going out to Campbell. Campbell gets the kill off the hands of Frank. Point Misericordia. Up by Connors. Going back to Frank, and Frank gets the kill. Point Rutgers, Newark. Float serve by Saycox. Going back to Ross. Ross is blocked, covered by Miller. Going out to Campbell. High off the hand, dug by Kumar, over on one. Going out to Campbell again. Campbell is blocked, but the ball's out of bounds. Point for Misericordia. Float serve by Campbell. Over on one. Lavin gets the overpass kill. Point Misericordia. Misericordia 16, Rutgers Newark 13. Campbell continuing to serve. Float serve by Dorkman. Swing by Quay. Going to Campbell. Campbell's blocked. Point Rutgers Newark. Romua and Losner back into the game. He'll have a float serve. Up by Miller. Going out to Miller. Dug by Connors. Romua running it down. Free ball. Up by Ross. Over on one. As Kumar gets the kill. Misericordia 16, Rutgers 15. Float serve up by Miller. Going back to Lavin, blocked, covered by Campbell. Out to Miller. He's blocked, covered by Westerfield. Going back out to Miller. Finds the floor this time. Point Misericordia. Sub on the Misericordia side, number 21, Matt Churchill, checking in to serve for Matt Lavin. Float by Churchill. And Churchill will get the ace on the short serve. Misericordia 18, Rutgers Newark 15. Float by Churchill. Service error this time. Point Rutgers Newark. Arvind Kumar back to serve. Topspin up by Jason Campbell. Going to Murphy. Romua with the dig. Going out to Dorkman. That's out of bounds. Misericordia 19, Rutgers Newark 16. Toppin, spin for Solidity. Over on one. Murphy takes the swing and gets the kill on the overpass. Point Misericordia. Rutgers Newark takes their first timeout. Misericordia up 20 to the Rutgers 16. Back in set number 4, must-win set for Rutgers Newark. Out of the first timeout, Misericordia up 20 to the Rutgers 16. Dylan Slitty with the top spin. Service error. Point for Rutgers. Float serve for Quay. Miller going out to Dorkman, and he gets the kill off the assist of Arvind Kumar. Point Rutgers Newark. Quay with the float serve. Campbell going to Miller, and that ball's out of bounds. Point Rutgers Newark as they pull within 1. Misericordia 20, Rutgers Newark 19. And Quay's floats out of bounds. Point for Misericordia as number 7 Ryan Miller heads back to serve. He'll have a top spin. 21-19, Cougars up. Up by Kumar, going out to Dorkman. Dug by Westerfield. Miller giving it out to Campbell. Block, dug by Westerfield. Going back out to Campbell. Tips it deep. Dug by Ramua. Going out to Dorkman. Roll shot. And he'll get the kill off the roll shot. Point Rutgers Newark. As Emanacre and Frank check in. Topspin for Rutgers. Up by Westerfield. Back to Ross. And back row set call on Solidi as his ball went over the net after he set. Tied up 21 apiece. The top spin continues for Rutgers. Up by Miller. Going to Murphy. And Murphy gets the kill. Point for Misericordia. Number 15, Billy Murphy heading back to serve. Misericordia up 22-21. He'll have a float serve. Up by Connors. Going to Dorkman. And he gets the tip kill. Brian Ross unable to get there. Tied up at 22 as Dorkman heads back to serve. Topspin, up by Miller. Slitty to Lavin. Miscommunication on that set. Rutgers takes the lead now, 23-22. Topspin, up by Westerfield. Back to Ross. And that swing is out of bounds. Point for Rutgers. And it is set point number 1, 24-22. Timeout called by Misericordia. Rutgers leads 24-22. We're back with the do-or-die set of set number 4. Rutgers up 24, Misericordia 22. Borkman back serving after a double timeout called by Rob Wingert. Up by Westerfield. Going to Campbell, dug by Connors. Going out to Kumar, and that ball's out of bounds. Point Misericordia. 23-24, set point number 2 for Rutgers Newark. Again, win by 2. And Rutgers Newark takes a timeout before the whistle is blown. Timeout Rutgers, 24-23. We're back in set number 24. Rutgers up 24 to Misericordia 23. Misericordia with the serve. Number 32, Brian Ross with the float. Up by Dorkman. Going back to Frank. Dug by Ross over on one. Bring out to Kumar. Dug by Miller. Slitty running it down. Going out to Campbell. Roll shots it. Mike Dorkman. Going out to Kumar again. Blocked, and that ball drops out of bounds. Game goes to Rutgers Newark. And we'll go to a tie-breaking set number 5. We're back with set number 5. Misericordia will be on the right side of your screen. Rutgers Newark on the left. On the floor for Rutgers Newark, number 6, Elon Dorkman. Number 12, Nicholas Arcecox. Number 5, Arnon Romua. Number 1, Arvind Kumar. Number 21, Danny Quay. And number 15, Kyle Losner. On the floor for the Cougars, number 3, Jason Campbell. Number 13, Matt Lavin. Number 4, Dylan Slitty. Number 7, Ryan Miller. Number 32, Brian Ross. And libero number 6, Connor Westerfield. Starts out with a float serve up by Westerfield. Going out to Miller. Dug by Connors. Going back to Dorkman, and he gets the kill on the tip. Point for Rutgers Newark. Ramua will continue to serve. Float serve by Ramua, up by Miller. Going out to Miller. Dug by Connors. Going back to Losner, dug by Campbell. Going back to Ross, and a ball handling error called on number 4, Dylan Salidi. Point Rutgers Newark as Ramua continues to serve, and Rutgers Newark has a 2-0 lead. Up by Westerfield, out to Miller, covered by Westerfield, going to Lavin. He's blocked, covered by Westerfield again. Going back to Campbell, dug by Ramua. Connors giving it to Losner, free ball. Up by Westerfield, going out to Miller, who tips it. There'll be a net violation called on number 15, Kyle Losner, point for Misericordia. Number 21, Matt Churchill, subbing in for number 13, Matt Lavin, as Rutgers has a 2-1 lead. And Churchill will have a float serve. Up by Dorkman. Out to Losner, and Losner is blocked by Salidi and Murphy. Point Misericordia, tied at 2. Churchill back serving. He'll have a float serve. Up by Connors. Back to Kumar, tips it. Blocked by Murphy and Miller. Point Misericordia. Churchill with the float by Dorkman. Losner with the swing. Susie Quay with the swing, and he's in the net. Point Misericordia. Misericordia up 4-2. Churchill with the serve. By Dorkman. Going to Quay again, up and over. And Campbell gets the bump over kill. Point Misericordia. Churchill continues to serve. Misericordia up 5-2. Up by Dorkman. Going out to Losner, and Losner gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark as Kumar heads back to serve. Top spin by Kumar. Service error, point Misericordia. Misericordia up 6-3. Dylan Salidi back to serve. He'll have a top spin. He'll have a service error. Point Rutgers Newark as number 21, Danny Quay, heads back to serve. Float serve by Quay. He'll have a service error. Point Misericordia. Ryan Miller back serving. He'll have a top spin. Up by Kumar. Going to our Saycox, dug by Miller, going out to Campbell. And Campbell gets the kill off the outside hands of Kyle Losner. Team switch sides at 8. Misericordia at 8. Rutgers at 4. Miller will continue to serve. Miller will have a top spin. Scramble play kept alive. Free ball. Up by Miller. Going to Murphy. Murphy's blocked. Covered by Miller. Over on 2. Dug by Connors. Going out to Dorkman. Dug by Campbell. And that'll be a lift called on number 6, Connor Westerfield. Great job by number 15, Kyle Losner, diving into the stands to keep that play alive. Acre back to serve. Frank also in as well. Top spin, up by Miller. Going to Ross. And Ross gets the kill. Point Misericordia. Murphy back to serve for the Cougars. Float serve by Murphy. By Dorkman. Going out to Frank. And Frank is blocked by Ross and Lavin. Point Misericordia. Misericordia up 10-5. Float by Murphy. Up by Connors. Going back to Dorkman. Up by Miller. Going out to Ross. Ross is blocked, covers himself. Miller out to Campbell. And Campbell gets the kill on the outside. Point Misericordia. Timeout called by Rutgers Newark. Misericordia up 11-5. Sets played to 15, win by 2. Back in set number 5, Billy Murphy back serving for the Cougars. He'll have a float serve. Up by Connors. Going out to Frank. And that ball's out of bounds. Point Misericordia. Number 15, Billy Murphy continues to serve. Misericordia 12, Rutgers 5. He'll have a service error, point Rutgers Newark, as Elon Dorkman heads back to serve. For the Raiders. Top spin. Up by Miller. Out to Campbell. Campbell gets the kill off the hands of Frank. Point for Misericordia as number 32, Brian Ross, heads back to serve. Misericordia up 13-6. Float serve by Dorkman. Going out to Kumar, and Kumar gets the kill. Point Rutgers Newark. Number 12, Nicholas Arsecox back to serve. And actually, number 8, Matt Nikishin checks in to serve for Arsecox. Float serve up by Miller. Going out to Campbell. High off the hands. Ball's kept alive. Goes out to Kumar. Dug by Westerfield. Going to Miller back row. And Miller is blocked by the trio of Kumar, Quay, and Imanacher. Excuse me, Frank. As Nikishin continues to serve. Up by Campbell, over on 1. And Quay tips it for the kill. Misericordia up 13-9, and Misericordia will take their first timeout. Back in set number 5, Misericordia up 13-9 as Nikishin continues to serve for Rutgers Newark. Up by Miller. Going to Lavin. Block, covers himself. Scramble play out to Campbell. And Campbell's swing is out of bounds. Point Rutgers Newark. Score is now 13-10. Nikishin continuing to serve. Up by Miller. Out to Campbell, who tips it. Scramble play out to Kumar. Dug by Miller. Back to Ross. And Ross gets the kill. And it'll be match point number 1. For Misericordia as number 23, Caleb Bowder, checks in to serve for Jason Campbell. Bowder will have a top spin, 14-10. Scramble play by Rutgers Newark. Up by Westerfield. Going out to Miller. And Miller is blocked by the duo of Quay and Nikishin. Point Rutgers Newark. It's a great job by number 9, Brendan Frank, running down that ball to the corner of the bleachers to keep that play alive. Match point number 2 for Misericordia, 14-11. As Romua is back to serve. And that ball's out of bounds. And Misericordia takes set number 5, 15-11. Wins the match 3-2. Be sure to check in to MCN 87 next Saturday, March 23rd, as there's another conference matchup against Alvernia. Have a great night.